Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor as well, Jerry Wall. And for those of you that are new to this show, I started doing this to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, um, and also brain injury in a nutshell, and also other disabilities. And also, I want to provide a platform for all survivors to share their stories, and from all across the world, and as well as experts in brain health to share their knowledge for all of us. So, watching this, please ask questions, make comments, and share this content because you don't know who is out there that can use this. And today's guest is, well, we call her Deb. Deb, I don't do this wrong, but Deb Baillargeon. I always do this bad, so um, we'll let her explain and tell exactly how she pronounces it. Deb Baillargeon. Sorry, Deb. But anyway, and good morning, you guys. I really appreciate you all being here. So why don't we go ahead and get this show started? Taking a chance. All righty. Good morning, everybody, and thank you all for being here. We appreciate it, and Deb, I'm sure, does too. So let's bring her on. Good morning, Deb.
Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, everyone from Florida.
Yes, and there's so many people out here. You probably know Lillian Hartley, Salud, Kenny Burton.
Yes, quite a few people.
Yeah.
I'm not able to read the comments at this point.
Yes, and if there's any questions, really feel free, and then I will. I'll bring them up, and hopefully I won't interrupt you. But so good to see you. I'm so glad this all worked out, Deb.
Me too. Me too. It's important that I try to pay it forward for other people.
Right.
And I talk with a bit of a British accent, so if you have trouble understanding me, feel free to ask Jerry to have me repeat it.
Perfect. And Brooke Allen, nice to see you. Erica, Mike Peters, Mike Megan, Marina, Cheryl, thank you guys for being here. Lynn.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, hopefully
thank you very much.
Right. But yeah, I know this is really important to spread awareness about brain health, stroke. And not only you had a stroke, you just really recently were diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
You've
got to be, if you're not strong by the time you do have one, I think this is the way I be thinking, is you're going to be. It takes time to build that strong person if you don't think you are, but, it goes on. Stroke doesn't make you a different person. It just shows different parts of your personality to you and to other people.
Yes, absolutely. So just to kind of rewind the clock. So who was Deb before your stroke?
I was working full time. I enjoyed it. I had recently, 2 years before, left the accounting field. I was a kind of like a CEO, is what they, call them now, chief accounting person. I handled payroll, billing, everything, even tax prep. But then I sort of burnt out, and I took a year off, and I went back into retail, working at a store similar to Bed and Bath Beyond.
Uh-huh.
Then on October 13th, I was driving home. It was a Friday night, and I had a really bad leg cramp. I'm going, boy, this is unusual. But, I happened to think, well, I had a headache all day. I took some ibuprofen for it. It did help a bit. And I had stopped at a stop sign. My next stop was at the gas station to gas up. And then it was down the small stretch of well, I wouldn't say small stretch. It was a highway. It was 236. It was kind of um, dangerous at times, but not so. After I gassed up, I went, gee, this has been a long day. I mean, and
Right.
I just said, I'm just tired. I'll go on home and, relax. As I was driving down 236, the right-hand side of my face went numb. I'm going, okay, something's not right. Um, then my arm went numb and it went down through my leg.
Wow.
And at that point, I knew I was in trouble. Um, I was so euphoric from having the stroke start to happen that I never thought to use my telephone. So I drove all the way, uh, I want to say, down the highway to my home, and I stopped and I went to get out of the vehicle to walk inside, and I was dragging my whole right side.
Wow.
I had to go past three, maybe four vehicles to get to my neighbor's door, which was before mine.
Right.
And I'm in the parking lot dragging my leg just to try to get to safety.
Right.
And the first thing they asked me at the hospital is, why didn't I use my cell phone?
Right.
My neighbor was able to get me to the hospital in time to have the shots, which was good. But they had to med flight me to another state. I was in Maine, and they had to med flight me to Boston because Maine did not have an MRI,
Wow. Yeah.
and they
Wow.
wanted to see what kind of damage was done. The damage that the first stroke left was I had to learn to walk again,
Yes.
and I had to kind of learn to balance things out. I want to say I went back to work like 3 months after that stroke. And then in October, I had another one, which was on the right side of my brain. It affected my speech. I have aphasia.
Right.
I was able to speak some, but I had to practice for the dictionary to learn how to pronounce. And my granddaughter helped me a lot with that. But it left me with some miracle that I was able to talk either. I picked up my grandmother's accent. She came from Liverpool, England, and they seem to think it's that is what I had learnt as a child,
Right.
listening to her talk. But anyway, it's left me with a British accent, which at times can be quite challenging. But I'm alive, and that's what's important to me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Did you know, Deb, what a stroke was when you were having it?
Unfortunately, I had just read there was a local hospital, and I was lived with in a condo, and I had other elderly people around me, and I read it just in case I, had to help one of them, and that's how I knew that something was wrong. I
Right.
didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew for my face and my leg to go numb like that,
Right.
driving was the worst thing I could have done,
Yeah. I
in
understand
retrospect.
that.
But yeah, I knew some of the symptoms, but not all of them.
Right. Right. Um, there there are some comments I feel. I see Salute is saying that I love your British accent, and Christy, amen. You are blessed to be alive. And Mike Peters says my wife says you wouldn't know you had aphasia.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Salute. Yes, I do have aphasia. We as You know, I never really cried about it. I was just surprised that I sounded so much like my grandmother that
Right,
we kind of, you know, the family talks like that occasionally. You know, we have fun with it. I mean, life's short. You got to have some fun. So
sure,
you know, they would pronounce things that I would pronounce, and you know, the kids used to call me. They call me Nan, Nan,
right,
short for Nane. But it's been a journey of some parts of it have been adventurous,
right.
and some parts of it have been eye-opening. I mean, you know, there's
Oh yeah,
a multitude of, you know, there's many feelings that are involved, but in all, I am just so very thankful to be alive, to share this, to try to help someone.
yeah, and that's what it's all about. I know that Brooke Allen just said, amazing that you drove, and I'm glad that you were really close to your, or that you got the shot.
Right. I mean, I was amazed that I could. All I can think of is I was so euphoric or high from the endorphins that were whatever was going on in my brain that I never thought about picking up my cell phone or going to the side of the road to get help.
Right,
And I mean, I don't even want to think of what could have happened. I just did not
right,
stop
right.
and think.
You just did
I
what
was
you had to
very
do.
fortunate, very,
Yeah,
very fortunate.
absolutely. How old were you when, if you don't mind me asking, when this all started? When you had?
Um, it was 11 years ago.
Okay,
I just, yeah, 11 to 12 years ago. I can't, sometimes I have trouble with the aphasia figuring out exactly, but I did check it and it, you know, it's not so much the date or whatever, but it did happen
right,
11, almost 12 years ago.
right, right. Now, do you
Because it
go to?
was October, so it would have been maybe 12 years.
Wow,
That's
that's
how unimportant it is to me
yeah,
at this point.
absolutely. Did you go through therapy and the typical speech
I
and
had
the?
to have physical therapy.
Sure.
I had to take on the insurance company to get more time in physical therapy. I also had to kind of take on the insurance company to get more speech therapy.
Right,
I had to learn, for some reason, I had to learn how to breathe again when I was reading out loud
right.
because I just kept going. There was like no shut off valve or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, no filter.
No filter. You know, no. My sister found out I had no filter.
Yeah, I think all of us kind of went through
Yeah,
that.
I lost it. I lost it that day.
Yeah. How did you handle? Did you have any
How did I what?
handle like? Is there any? Because it's so positive, Deb. It's amazing. So positive. It doesn't ever seem like you went through the typical depression through when you first had a stroke.
Yes, I did go through that, but it wasn't. I went through that, but that was easy compared to when I lost my job. That one there took a while for me to come out of,
Right.
but I tried to focus on the positive in life. Yes, there are
Sure.
things that we have no control over that happen that aren't exactly positive, but you have the choice to focus on the positive.
Right.
I mean, there's days where I might have difficult, you know, 5, 10 minutes, but overall, it's been a good day, is what
Yeah.
I say. But
And
that works for me. I don't, you know,
it works for you. Yeah. If you could.
and you know, like Lynette Price says all the time, you have the right to let life get you down, but you
Mm,
can't stay there.
it's so
I
funny.
don't want to stay in that. I'd rather
I,
be
yeah,
happy or try to make myself happy or try to focus on, you know,
yeah,
creating something new.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's Farron Wagner. You are a true survivor and an inspiration.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
and
much.
there's so many comments, and I bring some of them up, but I don't think you'd be able to see them
I
just
can't
because you're
see
on.
them even with my glasses on. It's too tiny.
Yes, and you can't see this either. Um, Christy saying, I truly believe that symptoms are a key awareness. We are all in different places when our life changes. Changes happen, and we definitely need medical treatment as soon as possible.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah, and the positive attitude,
Without that TPA shot, I don't know where I would be.
right?
They forewarned me that there may be side effects from it, but I did not have any side effects.
Good to hear. How did your family handle it?
Um, my sister, one of my sisters, there's 13 of us. It was 3 boys and 10 girls. So one of the sisters, was absolutely devastated. She walked into the emergency room crying, and I told her I lost my filter, and I told her not to stop her boohooing because at this point I needed her. She did not need me.
Yeah.
I totally lost track of what you asked.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I just had your family handle. You mentioned about your.
My daughter was. I could not help her because I helped her as much as I could as a parent. But
Right.
unless you experience a stroke yourself, you can't completely understand what the other person is going through.
Right.
I suggested some support groups that she got in contact with, and she later said it was, you know, we helped each other really. And at
Right.
this
Right.
point, I don't know what I would do without her.
Right.
She's been so very supportive through so many things.
So good to hear that, because I know you have kids as well.
I have one daughter. I had one that passed away in May, my oldest daughter. But I have some beautiful grandchildren. And like I said, I have my daughter,
Right.
Melissa, who is very supportive. We don't call her Melissa, we call her Missy.
Oh yeah.
She really is. I don't know, with the diagnosis of the cancer, where I would be without her help.
And what a story how you found out. People probably don't. Who would know about what happened to you regarding your cancer? How they found it?
Oh, that was um October 4th. I think it was Friday, October 4th. Um, I was I had finished doing housework and stuff like that, and I went into my closet to get a shirt to change
Right.
the one that I had on, and I sneezed, and then I coughed, and next thing I knew, I was in massive pain, and I'm going, oh, something's not right.
Right.
The pain was excruciating. Um, I tried to make it to the kitchen to get a glass of water, but I
Right.
couldn't. So um, I knew that something wasn't right, but sometimes my daughter is my what do I want to call her?
Saving grace.
My ability to reason. She'll just
Oh.
say, "Mom, this takes action. You need to go to the hospital." So I went to the hospital and they did an X-ray, and during that they found some spots on my liver
Right.
and a small one on my chest, and I'm going, you know, couldn't, what's wrong with this? What's going on? And the doctor was very rude.
Well, I need to let.
He wasn't in the emergency room. I was in the hospital at that point, and he yelled at me and said, "You have cancer."
Wow.
And
What a way
after
to
that,
find out.
I shut down. I didn't believe a word he said. I did not trust him. It took my primary care to tell me that I actually had cancer
Wow.
with the help of my doctor.
Absolutely incredible.
So if I did not have that X-ray,
Right. Because you sneeze. That's why everybody
right,
hears this is
I
so.
sneezed
Yeah.
and broke two vertebrae, and
Good,
I
you
have
did.
a yes, I have two hairline, and also a hairline fracture of a vertebrae in the bottom part of my back. So I have, at this point, I need to wear a brace to try and keep me still, which is very uncomfortable.
Sure.
I'm tall, so most of the furniture in the house does not fit my body.
Right.
My legs are always over, so
Wow.
it's it's a bit of a challenge right now to try and find a position to sit in and to keep my mind occupied
Yeah.
because I've always been active and busy.
Right.
And at this point, with the broken bones, you kind of have to sit. Either sit
Right.
up like the way I'm sitting up now, or sit up in a wheelchair, or lay down to go to sleep. That's about it.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's tough to get
And
comfortable.
and because I have the balance issue from the stroke, when I walk, I have to use a walker.
Right.
But I'm
But
still walking. I haven't
yeah,
stopped walking yet.
good. Great to hear that. And you're
I
not.
think it's great. I think it's
Yeah,
great. It's
absolutely.
fantastic.
Yeah, and you can't drive, right?
No, I cannot drive. No, I haven't been able to drive since the second stroke. I have um, seizures.
Yeah. Tells you. You said you had two strokes.
Yes, I had one in March and then another one in October of the same year,
Wow.
and a TIA somewhere along the line.
Right. Yeah. And you currently have seizures.
Yes. I find out from me, I just do what I need to do. I try not to talk about them.
Yeah.
I try not to focus on them.
True.
And if it happens, then well, at this point, I'm sitting down, but I don't let them interrupt my life.
Good for
I
you.
sit and wait until they're done. And sometimes I can go, months without them.
Sure.
Other times I can't. Depends on what's going on.
Right. Right. Are you taking meds for the seizures?
Yes.
Yeah.
hmm But I'm okay with it. I mean, it hasn't stopped me yet, and it's not going to stop me.
Yeah. Great attitude. Absolutely incredible. Um, we'll have to later on go through some of these comments. They're wonderful comments.
Oh, yes, I'll go back and replay it. I mean, I wish I could see them, but I can't see them at this point, like I said.
Right. Right. I mean, there's yeah. I could. There's so many. I couldn't pull them up. And Marina Ramos saying that her grandchildren keep her on her toes.
Yes, they do. My granddaughter, the youngest one, was in grammar school. She's in high school now. And when I was having trouble speaking words like, and I still have a bit of a problem, baseball, she spent time to teach me how to say baseball.
They're the best, aren't they?
Yeah, and she would sit there with her books and read them to me and pronounce the words out and try to get some of the words out of the dictionary.
Right. Right.
My grandson would help too. So
That's terrific. You have
my family was supportive, but I was also very independent,
right.
and sometimes it got me in trouble. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
And
when I had to. That's when I realized I had to find other ways to do things that I used to do.
right. Right.
And
You
that's what I
adapt to it.
meant by taking on an adventure of a new
Right.
way to sort of do things.
Yeah. I mean, just like Salute is saying here, she says, "Excellent, Deb, that you haven't let anything stop you from living your life and keep moving forward."
No, 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 it couldn't stop me. That it was to me it's very important to move forward.
Right.
I really enjoy listening to your show and Salute show because I think it's when I do the most growing emotionally so that I can move forward every day a little
Sure.
bit.
So
I
glad to
mean,
hear
your
that.
shows, both shows, and listening to other people's stories has been so. enlightening, but yet so similar in
Yeah,
so many ways.
right.
Um, it's been it's been a
Sure has.
journey of education, patience.
Absolutely. So many. I don't want to keep bringing these up here, but they're great. I mean, Marina, it's very hard when you're very independent. I was too, and then having problems asking for help. Uh,
I did too. I
yeah,
still do. I still
yeah,
do.
yeah.
But
I try to mask everything up, but it's okay
right
to ask.
now, I don't know why the bones. I know the bones broke because I sneezed, but it's kind of like a blessing
Yes,
because it's it's kind of put me in my place where I literally have to ask for help now.
yeah,
I mean, I
totally
can't
agree.
cook for myself. I can't do the normal everyday tasks at this point that everybody would do.
Right,
Some things I can do for myself, but I have to ask for help, which
right.
has been it's
Tough for you.
been okay. It's been good.
Good,
I mean,
good.
we are all um, we are all interwoven in each other's lives. For
Yeah,
that reason, it's very important to have people there.
absolutely. It's okay to
And
ask for help.
that was a hard one for me to learn.
To ask for help.
Like my daughter says, you don't use the walker, you don't walk.
She's right.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to lean on that to keep my balance so
right.
the weight doesn't all go to the right. So, I mean, it's just a walker and it's there to be used.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something that is helping me, which has helped me, you know, humble
Yeah,
myself a little bit and ask for help.
exactly. And another one, Brooke Allen. I think you are so amazing to go through two strokes and have such a positive attitude. Believe in yourself, and you can do anything. That's right, Brooke.
Attitude is very important to me.
Right.
Um,
Well, you can tell.
you have a choice. I For me, it was a choice. It was either to choose to focus on, oh, woe me, poor me, or
Right.
get stuck. I chose not to get stuck. I chose to, continue to be as positive as I had been for many years. I raised, my two children to, you never know what you can do till you try.
Right.
And I put that to use during my strokes. Um, you got to try. Even
Yeah.
if you can't do it the same way, you need to focus on trying and being uh, thinking positive has really helped me quite a bit.
Yeah. You've noticed a difference. You've noticed a
The
big
attitude
difference.
is everything. Your focus, your perspective on life. This has taken years sometimes for me to realize, but it's very important.
Yeah.
You're either going to, like I said, woe me, poor me, get stuck.
Right.
I didn't want to get stuck,
Not at
so
all.
I chose the other route. But
Exactly.
that does not mean, that I look down at people that are not having such a positive attitude
Right.
because I don't.
Good for
I'm
you.
just me.
Right.
But if
And
somebody can learn something through my story, that is good.
yeah, absolutely. You know, I can always say, if you can, or anybody can inspire one person, I feel we've done our job. And if we
Right.
inspire other people, and that's what this is about, just to show that you're not alone. I mean, you're not alone, and everybody else is out here watching.
Oh
Um,
no, I'm not alone. They are not alone.
right,
We are never truly alone. Even when no one is there, I always think I'm never truly alone.
right,
And I'm not.
absolutely.
I mean, I've been so independent that I learned to make my own fun, my own, keep myself occupied and everything, Uh,
Right. So what would you tell somebody that's? I mean, I can only imagine what you're going to say because it's been really amazing. What would you tell somebody that's going through those difficult times? You know?
going through a difficult time. I'm gonna use a coin on words. I'm going to use Celinda's words. I used to put up a sticky that said positive mental attitude,
Right?
uh, because of the aphasia, because this was different ways that I could learn. Um, and I just lost my train of thought. There goes the aphasia.
Welcome to being a stroke survivor.
What was
or
that
but
question
anybody.
again?
What would you tell anybody, somebody that's out there that's not feeling so good and they feel like, why me?
Oh, no, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Uh, as you go through life, sometimes you fall in these little holes, or
Mm-hmm.
what I call a hole.
Sure.
But when you go down in, you kind of the first one, you don't know really where you are,
Right.
but you get help and you find your way out. Is the way I look at it. I found help for the first time. I went into the hole, and now I know the way out. If I get there, I know how to stop myself, per se,
Right.
from the woe me, poor me.
Sure.
I just remind myself, oh, you got a choice, Deb. You're going to get stuck or you're not going to get stuck. I don't want to get stuck. I want to keep moving forward.
Right.
Don't ever, ever give up. Um, be determined to, like me, I had to take on the sense of adventure to learn new things. Not
Right.
that I didn't want to learn them, but to me,
Sure.
uh, it was it made me more interested to learn new ways by being adventurous, kind of like that little kid inside you when you
Yeah.
go checking out things you shouldn't be checking out.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
no, it just don't give up. Reach out. Text someone, write someone, call
Yeah.
someone.
Sure.
Um, you kind of put one foot in front of the other when you first learn to walk. So
Sure.
when you are going through the depressed time, just remember, reach out. It's kind of like learning to walk. I need
Yeah.
help, and if you can't, yeah, uh, my
Yeah.
brain again.
No,
Just reach out, whether it's
yeah.
text, call. Hey, they have medications for it now,
Yes.
so that you're not that depressed. But it is a part of going through a stroke,
Right.
and it's a time to make changes in your life,
Mm-hmm.
changes in your attitude.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. For me, a sense of adventure really worked, and
Yeah.
positive mental attitude, as
Exactly. And
Lude would say.
yeah, not to interrupt, but Gary Trader saying it's great to hear everybody's journey. Deb's story is truly amazing and inspirational. Thank you for sharing.
Who was that?
Gary Trader.
Thank you, Gary.
Yes. Um, and of course, our salute: be determined, never give up, live life to the fullest, live, love,
You
laugh.
got that. Spread love, kindness, and joy.
Did, did you see it?
I can see some of it, but not all of it. But I've
Yeah.
got most of it memorized.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Because that
Exactly.
gets, when I'm feeling a little down, it'll bring me back up.
Yeah.
I go for words and pictures and stuff. I don't like being down,
No.
so I'll do anything to come back up, shall we
Yeah.
say.
No. Yeah. No. Absolutely. And so good to hear your story and the positivity is like coming out.
Seeping out, huh?
Yeah, it's seeping out
Well,
there. That's great.
like for me, it was a choice, and I
Yeah,
choose to move forward.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm
exactly.
not gonna joke and kid around. It was difficult at times, but I got there,
Yeah, you know how
and
to
I just
deal with
want
it.
to let others know they can get there too,
Yeah,
one step
exactly.
at a time, or just reaching out for help.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. A lot of people don't want to ask for help.
What?
A lot of people don't just want to ask for help.
I know. I
You
was
know?
one of them.
Yeah,
I was one of them, but I had to reach out.
yeah. If people want to help,
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Actually, they do want to help. I mean, you can lead someone in the right direction to get what they do need,
yes,
but you can't make them do it.
yes, absolutely.
But I believe that most people do want to do it.
Right.
Or I would like, that's just what works for me.
Yeah, it works for you and
Mm,
puts you in a better place.
you got to keep going. I didn't
Right.
want to stay. I didn't want to stay in that hole. No
Yeah.
way. Couldn't see anything. I was blind. Now I
Yeah.
can see a lot of things.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, anything else you want to add to the story that will? It's been. I mean, you've covered a lot. And it's so good to see
I
these.
covered a lot of territory here today, Jerry.
Yeah. Absolutely. I appreciate it so much.
Um, I enjoyed doing it because I really feel if I can just help one person
Yes.
through something, give them hope, give them determination, whatever, to
Right.
just, you know, be who they are,
Let them
and
know that they're not alone.
be happy, it's a choice.
True.
Sometimes it's harder than others, but we can do that.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Especially going through these adversities.
Yeah, there can be some adversities. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't let life keep you down, like
Right.
Lynette says. You just
I
can't.
know.
You have to keep going.
Yeah. It's great
So
to
you
see
hit a
all these.
little bump in the road, or you
Yeah.
walk around the circle, or you walk around, you
Yeah.
know, the depression, and
Yeah. Like you said, keep
what you
yourself
learn from it.
occupied.
I would like to put forward for others to learn.
Yeah. That's what you said originally. You wanted to pay it forward.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. You certainly did and are. Don't want to say did, but you're always doing it. So I know I appreciate it.
I didn't hear you on that one.
Um, you said you wanted to pay it forward, and I
Yes, I
originally,
did.
yeah,
Yes, definitely.
yeah, you didn't. Well, I said you. I originally said you did pay it forward today, but you didn't. You are paying it forward constantly,
Hmm.
and I appreciate that.
I do like helping people.
Yes, we
I
can
always
tell.
wanted to be a teacher, but I never did. I don't know. Ask me why. I guess I was a good teacher to my children
Yeah, yeah,
because
uh,
what
um,
I taught them, they're now giving back to me.
yeah.
So
So
that's
nice.
good.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Deb, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the comments. I know that you'll go through it, I'm sure, and
Hmm.
I'll respond. I'm sure Deb will respond too, because they're just beautiful comments. I appreciate this.
Good. I'm glad that I was able to,
Oh yeah,
help
it made a
someone.
difference. You'll be making a difference in a lot of lives.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you again, Deb. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I enjoyed doing it. It was kind of like a walk through the
Yeah,
journey that I had from 11 years ago until now,
right.
and that was good.
That was it. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll do a follow up on your latest.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna beat it. I know I
Oh,
will. The
absolutely.
doctors said I had a very positive attitude.
Yeah, yeah,
And getting chemo, and the rest is positive attitude. Keep going, keep moving.
yes, absolutely.
Leave,
Terrific.
like I was telling you yesterday, the hospital that I'm at, they think that seeing a psychologist about this so that you can share it is very important part of healing.
Yes.
A very important part of it. There's like six or seven team members that you see
Oh, good.
monthly
Right.
to, for whatever reason. But they're really good people. They're very kind, caring.
That makes a huge
But if they
difference.
weren't, I would, you know, I'm wealthy enough to put them in their place
Yeah.
nicely.
I'm sure you will if you haven't already. But
Yes.
well, good, Deb. thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it, and I know Deb does too.
I did
Oh,
not hear you.
I was just saying thank you for everybody being here. And
Oh, you're welcome. I enjoyed doing it. I could, and I
yeah,
hope that everyone enjoys their day.
absolutely. Yeah, there's these comments. Thank you guys. I can't believe all these comments. They really are beautiful. I really appreciate it. This is wonderful. Deb, take care. I'm sure we'll be
I
talking to
will.
you soon.
Oh, definitely. I will be on, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching, like I said, Salute
Right.
at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
I really do enjoy those two. And then, the rest of my day, I try to keep myself busy.
Yeah, you have to. I mean,
Yes, you do.
yeah, that's
But
great.
enjoy your day.
Yeah,
Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your day.
we'll see you guys